They fly in some of the UK's most dangerous skies.
I'm being smashed about to go into the valley.
It's going to be bumpy, it's going to be turbulent, guys.
From high-rise city centres
OK, commit to land, over the H.
to remote peaks battered by extreme weather.
The top looks to be in cloud. Can you confirm that's the case, over?
The crews of Yorkshire's 2 air ambulances risk their lives
Gone unresponsive.
It's just gone unresponsive on us.
to save yours.
There's potentially fatalities involved.
There, he's on its roof.
Delivering intensive care by air.
Is he breathing? No, he's not breathing.
The cow trampled me and then came back again and again.
No matter how critical the case,
This is the first time anything like this has ever happened.
He's moving his arms around and he's sweating buckets.
however risky the place.
I'm going to get down there quickly.
He's got an almost complete amputation at the right knee.
What's your name?
Doing their jobs with Yorkshire grit.
Hey, this from Medic 2 at the patient's side, however.
Humour
You might get rest at week off if you're lucky.
What is it, Thursday?
Yeah.
and compassion.
OK, chick, we're just going to get you out, all right? Don't worry, we'll look after you, I promise.
This time on Helicopter ER. A woman is trapped in her car after a serious smash at 40 miles per hour.
Does this hurt? I'm a bit worried that she might have got a pelvic fracture.
The team fight to save the life of a golfer in cardiac arrest.
Collapse of the golf course, sir.
It looks nasty.
And a pensioner crashes her car into the side of a house.
She was trying to reverse to turn around, and we think she's just missed a gear.
At Air Ambulance headquarters, the siren is sounding.
Beach radar, get off me, Helimed 98 Alpha.
Pilot Lee has Helimed 98 airborne to a serious crash in North Yorkshire.
Nothing, H145, 5 on board. En route to an incident to the north and east of Linton, Olu.
And fits with where we're off.
On board are paramedics Kit and Matty, and Dr. Sarah.
Have we got any clinical information?
RTC persons trapped.
Details are still coming in.
All I know is we're off to Slingsby. We're going to an RTC. It's a very fast road. We don't entirely know what's happened at the moment, so there's no crew on scene. They're going to get there in about 9 minutes, and we're due there in 12 minutes, so hopefully we'll get an update beforehand.
Matty is already thinking about getting the trapped patient to hospital.
So looking where this is, right?
OK.
We're probably smack bang in the middle between Leeds, James Cook and Hull. Hull's secondary transfers, I think we can rule that out if we're going to fly anyone.
Yeah.
So the Leeds or James Cook.
OK.
From 300 feet up, they've spotted the crash site.
So it's going to be one of these fields. Looking at one of these to see if I've got a gap somewhere. A little bit of a gap there, isn't there? OK, so the little gap's in the right 1 o'clock now. That's your exit, as it were.
See.
All clear on the left, buddy. All good this time,
Lee is landing in a field close to the crash.
Not it, mate.
Police have closed the road.
OK, you clear out.
On the ground, fire crews are battling to free a woman trapped in the wreckage of her car. Local paramedics bring Matty quickly up to speed.
So we've got Viv in the little red car and a gentleman in the Enterprise van.
OK, buddy. Any major concerns at the minute?
Viv is complaining of 9 out of 10 abdo, hip, pelvis pain,
OK.
lower back pain. She's normally fit well, has no allergies.
OK, mate. I'm Matty, this is Sarah.
This young lady's Viv, 55-year-old female, driving at normal road speed when she's fired into this other car.
Viv Crozier is in a bad way. She is conscious, but pinned by crumpled metal.
She is complaining of back, chest, pelvic and abdominal pains and pain in her right ankle, like where it's hit the pedal.
The pedal. OK, mate.
She's struggling to move it. Says that the right knee is hurting as well.
OK.
Viv has multiple injuries.
Any loss of consciousness at all?
No loss of consciousness reported. She has no past medical history, takes no meds.
All right, lovely. If you want to start on with that then, mate, what we'll do is I'll get the stretcher off for DC and then we've got a way of getting her out as soon as we... Is that all right, mate?
No problem.
Her car has smashed into the side of a van at 40 miles per hour. She didn't have time to brake when it pulled out of a junction in front of her.
Lovely.
Two cars have collided. This car is quite significantly damaged. It's such a small car, but it's done a great job. It's crumpled and the airbags have gone off. But the lady who's in there, she's alert, able to talk to us, but she's complaining of a lot of pain in her pelvis and her hips. And because the car has pushed back into her, I'm a bit worried that she might have got a pelvic fracture. So we're just allowing fire to extricate her from this vehicle, and then we'll get her up onto the scoop and we'll have a really good look and then decide where we're going to go to from there.
Viv needs to be cut free. The fire crew's jaws of life, hydraulic metal cutting shears, are making short work of her car. In a second ambulance, local paramedics are treating the injured van driver.
Hi, I'm really sorry. I'm Matty, one of the Helimed paramedics. You guys all right? Have you, got any major concerns? Are we okay to deal with the other lady? Yeah? All right. Sarah, it's 45 minutes now since time of injury and she's still quite stable, isn't she? So let's not rush things out for a minute if we can get her out properly then.
Fire crews are preparing to slide Viv out of the wreckage onto a rigid board. She may have spinal injuries, so they need to be careful. Any sudden movement risks paralysing her.
Just before you move her, can I just ask her something? Don't look at me, keep you looking in the direction you're looking. Okay, I'm Sarah, I'm one of the doctors. Viv, can I just ask before we just move you, does it hurt in here?
Dr. Sarah is checking for signs of internal injuries.
Does it hurt in here? No. Excuse me for this, but does it hurt here? No. Nothing at all? No. Does this hurt? No. That hurts? Yeah. I just need to have a quick look, is that all right? Just underneath? Okay, check. No problem, we're just going to get you out, all right?
Dr. Sarah's concerned. She doesn't want to waste any time. They need to move Viv.
Okay.
It's vital they keep her spine immobilised while they slide her free. At last, she's out.
Feet this end, please.
And Dr. Sarah can finally examine her properly.
Stop there. Can you keep hold of her head for me, please? Please, will one of you just get a blanket just to cover her up?
All right.
Viv, I'm just going to need to cut your clothes off. All of them? All of them. Okay, does this thing hurt? Does this thing?
It looks like Viv has internal injuries.
This thing? This bit? Starting to hurt down there. Okay, no problem.
She's got a good radial, mate. Right, I'll let you give that and then I'll flush it with TXA.
The drug TXA, or tranexamic acid, will help stem any internal bleeding.
Her belly's really tense, really sore. She's got some crepitus on the left-hand side, mid-chest, and it's where there's an overlying abrasion. The pelvis actually is all right, but we're not going to be able to tell the difference, so we'll still put binder on, put splint on. She's having TXA so she can go to an MTC.
Yeah. You right there, Flower? Yeah. I'm Matt, I'm one of the paramedics. We haven't said hello yet, I don't think.
Is everybody happy? Happy as we're going to be? Yeah. So on roll, ready, steady, roll.
Keeping Viv's spine immobile, they're rolling her onto a rigid two-part stretcher called a scoop, ready for transport to hospital.
Okay, and down, ready, steady, down. Okay.
Viv's son has raced to the scene. He's understandably worried.
Think she wants you?
Right, guys. Oh, feel a bit of discomfort, sweetheart? Well done, my darling.
Okay, right, let's get her onto here and then we can lift her and... Yep.
Ready, steady, lift.
Dr. Sarah is concerned for her patient.
I've taken all of her clothes off and had a really good look, and she's got bruising to her chest wall here and it's really sore. But she's able to breathe quite freely, which is great. And she's complaining of lots and lots of pain in her tummy, and she's got a bruise along the bottom of her tummy, just where the seatbelt fits in. So I think as she's crashed, that's really pulled into her, and it's hurt her. So whether that's anything significant inside her tummy, I really don't know. That's going to be a scan that tells us. So we're going to have another quick look at her observations now, and then make a plan about whether we need to fly her or whether we need to drive her to hospital.
In the ambulance, Dr. Sarah can examine Viv more fully.
Does it hurt you to take a deep breath? It does hurt to take a deep breath. And is that because of this pain in this side of the chest? It's all in the belly.
So here at the bottom.
Okay.
Better than it was here.
Okay, but it's...
Pain relief's helped that my colleagues give you? Yeah. Gav, yeah, just a quick update, mate. We can't rule out any internal bleeding, and we think, given the fact it's over an hour to any NTC, we're going to fly her to LGI over.
Viv's condition is serious. She could rapidly deteriorate. The team will fly her to hospital immediately.
Before cars had all these crumple zones, all that kinetic energy would have just gone into the patient, and I think she would have died. So I think all the modern technology that goes into making cars of today are just lifesavers. It never ceases to amaze me that some people can walk out of a car that's completely destroyed. It's a shock. You can never be too sure what's going to happen to somebody.
Now, keep now.
Bridges lights.
There's no change lights.
Autopilot
Engaged. 3, 2, 1 out.
Visors and brief.
3, 2, 1 out of here.
Viv is lucky to be alive, but she isn't out of the woods yet. Dr. Sarah will monitor her throughout the short flight.
She's had quite a lot of morphine. She's still in a huge amount of pain in her tummy, and to feel on her tummy it's very solid. So I'm still a little bit concerned that she may have bled inside of her tummy, and to drive all the way up to Leeds would take well over an hour, whereas we can get there in just 15 minutes in the aircraft.
Pilot Lee is heading 35 miles to the tower blocks of Leeds city centre.
See if I can get the heli deck now, and it would just be a standard approach, pretty much on the nose actually, onto the heli deck.
They'll soon be touching down at the Leeds General Infirmary's rooftop helipad.
It's got a bit of a crosswind there, but I'm happy to accept that. Coming into land, speed's good, height's good. Look at that, didn't even go into transients. There we go.
A full trauma team will take over Viv's care now. She's heading for scans and surgery. She could have life-changing injuries.
Ambulance service, is the patient breathing?
Yorkshire's emergency call centre handles 1,999,000 calls a year.
Is the patient conscious? Tell me exactly what's happened.
Call handlers can give vital emergency advice until paramedics arrive.
I'm going to tell you how to do chest compressions, make sure he's flat on his back on the ground.
In South Yorkshire, a golfer has had a heart attack.
Place the heel of your hand on the breastbone in the centre of the chest, right between the nipples.
In case of cardiac arrest, CPR can double the chances of survival.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want you to just keep going. You're doing really, really well.
At Nostell Air Base, dispatcher Andy is scrambling the team.
Cardiac arrest on the golf course.
I've got time to forward. Oh, both go to that. Both go fast.
Paramedics James, Al and Dr. Brian are racing to the outskirts of Sheffield, where the golfer is lying unconscious on the fairway.
We'll go out to the grass and just go out to the north with a left turn out en route.
Helimed 99 will be there in just 7 minutes. On the golf course, other players are desperately trying to resuscitate the patient.
When we get there, we'll decide whether we're going to go to a local hospital or to a coronary cath lab, because this is usually a sign that there's been some blockage in the vessels supplying blood to the heart, which need to be unblocked as soon as possible. As you can see outside, we're tucked dancing in between the storms. There's a possibility of this getting very, very wet.
Once on the scene, the team will try to restart the patient's heart with a massive electrical shock.
Can you defib somebody in a thunderstorm? Apparently you can defib somebody in a puddle, as long as their actual chest is wet. My eyes are wet. Gotcha.
Look at that, that's wet.
It is, but looking out the front, it looks good, to be fair. It's probably better that the showers are here than where we're going. It looks like it'll be all right where we're going.
Less than 1 in 10 people survive cardiac arrest that happen outside hospital. With every minute that passes, the patient's chances of survival drop.
Got some pre-landers, Jeff.
Is everyone locked and tight?
Yeah.
I'm happy, mate, if you are. See a DC on the fairway, mate, out on the right.
At last, the team has sight of their patient.
I'll go for the gap between the trees out in the about 100 yards in front of them, and then I'll taxi back.
Okay.
I'm going to bring the tail round to the left.
Yeah, it's quite steep, isn't it?
I'm going to stick the tail about there.
Pilot Jeff has landed his team just 100 yards from their patient.
Hey, Jeff. Hey up.
Local paramedics bring Dr. Brian up to speed. 3 minutes ago, they restarted the patient's heart.
Oh yeah, good thanks.
So we've got John, 50-year-old male, witnessed cardiac arrest, excellent bath on the CPR, VF, 1 shot. My arrival, GCS3, not breathing, now the GCS15.
Right.
64-year-old John Anderson collapsed during a game of golf. His heart is beating, but he's critically ill.
Who's got pain in his back?
That's bad. Right, so what we'll do is we'll just put the stop on over here, and then we'll get the auto pulse underneath them. We're not going to use it, it's just going to be just in case, alright?
Al is checking John's heart trace readings.
It looks nasty. Well, the big question is whether he needs to go to sleep or not.
It's not good news.
And it's giving hard as well, so do it being slowed down. Yeah.
The retired farrier's restarted heart is racing.
Is there any morphine or bedazzler?
No, we're just doing some morphine up now.
Yeah.
You remember what's happened? No, okay. So what we're going to do in a second, we're just going to sit you up slightly and put you on like a hard board.
So, ECG at the minute shows that he's got some areas of his heart that have got lack of oxygen. So basically this gentleman, it sounds like he may have had a cardiac arrest. There's some CPR ongoing, and then obviously we've been called. We've just arrived now. He's breathing for himself now and he's awake. So we'll just see what happens really. It's just early stages. He's just come round, so kind of we'll look at his progression for the next couple of minutes and see what happens.
There's a real danger John could go into cardiac arrest again at any moment.
Definitely got reciprocal changes. Yes. I mean, they can have a right main stem infarction, can't they, with AVR elevation, so, and it sort of looks reasonable amount, but...
It's an old trick to look at the posterior leads, the heart. You just flick it backwards, and then maybe something there.
A blood clot is blocking a major artery in his heart.
Right. Okay. You stay there, John, okay?
John is in agony. His heart has been deprived of oxygen and is struggling to pump blood around his body.
Pull the yellow handles down towards me. Just pull them. That's it.
They're strapping him into a device called an auto pulse, a machine that will perform chest compressions if his heart stops again.
In a second, we're going to lift you up and get you onto our trolley, okay? Lift your head up for me. There you go, and down again. A little bit of a pillow, okay? Just rest your head back.
The golf club did not have a defibrillator machine. John's golfing mates performed manual CPR for over 10 minutes, with no response, until the first paramedics arrived.
What have you got there?
This is morphine.
Wonderful.
And then I'll just, the endoscop's outside. So.
Wonderful, thanks. Just going to give you something for the pain, okay? There we go. You had a heart attack? Yeah. I think your mate saved your life.
Said to him, don't worry, it's only hill we've got around here. We'll be all right, just take your time. Yeah. And then just next minute, he got his club out, he went for a swing, and as he swung, he went off.
John isn't out of the woods yet.
Steady, steady.
The auto pulse will monitor his heart.
Let's rest your head back. Right, so I've got the defibrillator watching the screen, just to make sure.
It will automatically deliver a shock and chest compressions if he arrests again.
Okay, John, we're going to get you onto our ambulance now, okay?
What happened?
You've collapsed on the golf course, sir. To go and let your missus know, okay?
I can't breathe.
What's wrong?
I can't breathe.
John's condition is critical. His heart was stopped for over 10 minutes. Without his quick-thinking friends, his life would already be over. A defibrillator would have helped.
Who did the CPR bit?
Both of us. Kevin started it with a red on. We carried up and just did it.
You saved his life. Just goes to show that early CPR stuffy.
I've just passed my first aid, you know.
I've just done mine.
As a result of saving his life, you could do one thing, which is potentially raise money for a AED down there. 700 quid-ish. Yeah. But no, congratulations, well done.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Thank you. Take care.
John is heading straight to heart specialists at the Northern General Hospital.
The people around him have done a fantastic job. They started bystander CPR, and a gentleman has come round. He's woke up now and he's talking, complaining a bit of back pain, but that maybe signify an acute heart attack with problems with blood supply to the heart. So we've congratulated them on what they've done and encouraged them to get an AED for the clubhouse. If that gentleman was on his own, he'd be dead now, even if we were seen from a distance. It's the early starting of the CPR is the most important thing, and that started straight away as soon as he collapsed, and that's the bit that saved his life.
For a while today, it looked as though their patient may not pull through. He may have suffered permanent heart and brain damage. John will soon be in hospital, and the air ambulance crew can return to base.
Weather's okay, all good. Okay, I'm ready.
Helimed 99 is heading back to base. But now another emergency call is coming in.
We've got a 27-year-old female who's been out riding and a horse has fallen on top of her. She's currently lying face down at the top of the track and complaining of back pain and reduced sensation in her legs.
Pilot JB is diverting to Rotherham. The lack of sensation in the patient's legs is ringing alarm bells for the crew.
We're really close. So we've literally got 2 minutes.
Okay, well, I'm looking at the location. It's next to the motorway.
It's just after this triangle.
Paramedic Sammy is navigating. In the cabin are Steve and Dr. Sarah.
And then it's going to be hopefully on a field or a track.
Roger that.
Did he say that the horse was secure? Not heard anything about the horse.
Right over there, desk. I've just spoken to the caller. She says that you're right above her. She's waving at you. You're circling over right overhead.
Is that someone now down at the 9 o'clock in the school? It's like a riding school? Down at your 3 o'clock now, JV?
Yeah, they look like there's someone laid down there. Is it in the
It's
school?
not the track, that's in the riding school.
Yeah.
Is that a body? Yeah, it's her.
The red jacket.
Yeah, it's that red jacket, right. Well, I'm going to go land next to that. Yeah, I'm not going to hang around. Moving forward. Confirm the tail's clear?
Yeah.
Okay, landing on.
Oh, looks good.
Right, levers down. You're cleared out the aircraft.
Oh, hello, my name's Steve.
Falling off the horse, the horse has reared up and gone over and on top of me.
Okay, so whereabouts did it land on you?
Just like the lower part of my back, but both of my legs are hurting.
27-year-old rider Nicole Wayman can't move. The horse she was riding, weighing half a ton, fell on top of her, crushing her back and legs.
Right, Nicola, what I want you to do is, Sarah's got hold of your head. I want you to just answer yes or no when I press was there any pain anywhere. Don't nod or shake your head, okay?
No. Yes.
So down there?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
I think it's my coccyx.
Okay.
Oh, bless you.
Right, okay.
Steve is checking for signs of spinal injury.
Okay, what about as I feel here?
Yeah, there's pain there.
pain?
In my right hip.
In this one here?
Yeah.
Okay. And can you feel me touching you at the moment?
Yes.
You feel that?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm just going to feel down your legs. Any pain down there?
Just like a tingling at the top of my leg.
Okay. If I ask you to wiggle your toes on both feet, can you do that?
Yeah.
Nicole's mum is here. She saw the accident happen.
She was schooling a friend's horse round and he just were a bit reluctant to go forward, so Nikki was making her go forward and she just shot up in air and come straight back over on top of her. The usually smaller ones she rides, Nicole. She don't really ride big ones. This was a big one she were on.
What we're going to do is we're going to roll you over up onto like a plastic scoop thing, because you know this shavings on the floor, it's difficult for us to put anything else underneath you. Is that okay?
It just feels really numb at the bottom of my back.
No problem. So when we get you over, we'll have a good look at it. All right. I want you to keep your head pointing towards this shoulder. Okay. So don't straighten it.
The numbness and tingling in Nicole's back could be due to spinal damage or severe bruising. Keeping her spine immobilised, they need to roll her carefully onto a rigid spinal stretcher.
Ready, steady, turn. Okay, and just rest there. Sorry, sweetheart, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, ready, steady, roll. Okay.
Now you're over, I'm just going to have a little listen to your chest, make sure everything's okay. So breathe normally into there, okay?
Just this bit here, my hips and my
Okay, we'll have a look at that in a second. Okay, we'll get this blanket over, then we're just going to cut into your trousers, sweetheart, okay?
Yeah.
It's a sunny afternoon, but the temperature is dropping. Nicole is getting cold.
Can you feel me touching you, Nicole?
Yeah.
Can you feel that?
Yeah.
Good.
Once we've just got this on, should we just get a little bit of monitoring just to see what her rubs are like?
Right, Nicole, that's you'll feel that going tight on your arm, okay?
Steve and Sammy are checking for signs of internal bleeding.
I think I might be allergic to horses after this.
Oh no. You have to get straight back to it so you don't lose your confidence.
Nicole was trying out a friend's horse for the first time. She wasn't wearing her back protector.
Out of 10, how sore would you say you were? If 10 was excruciating and 1 was really mild?
7 on the lower of my back.
Okay, that's fair enough then, so we'll give you some a bit stronger, all right?
Cold, aren't you, bless you?
Breathing.
Just relax this arm for me, just relax it.
Nicole's symptoms are worrying the paramedics. Spinal injuries aren't always obvious, and paralysis can come on gradually.
Right, Nicole, in a second you're going to feel a little sharp scratch, okay? Here it comes.
Steve is putting a cannula in Nicole's arm, ready to give intravenous pain relief.
Well done. So what we're going to do, Nicole, is we're going to give you a little bit of morphine, okay? It can make you feel a little bit lightheaded, but we'll just go very, very light on it, okay? And then we'll probably give you some paracetamol as well.
You've got the allocated ETA 7 minutes, over 7 minutes.
All received, thanks, Gav.
Is it possible you could just send somebody to the end of the road so that then they can meet them and show them where we are?
Nicole will travel the 6 miles to hospital by road.
How's that pain now?
It seems a little bit better.
Okay, you had about a 7 before. Is that starting to come down? 7
Yeah.
out of 10? Yeah, what would you score it now?
It's when I move.
Okay.
If I'm just still, it's okay. It's when I move.
Is it better now you've stopped shivering as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, this is nearly run through. By the time this is done, Nicole, then the ambulance shouldn't be too far away. And I'll probably just give you a little touch more morphine before you set off.
Medic 2, PCA just pulling up.
We'll just get this young lady in first because she's very, very cold, and I'll give you a handover once we're in the warm. Okay, you're head into your call.
3, 1, 2, 3.
Nicole has been riding for years, but horses can be unpredictable.
There we go. How's that?
She may have back and pelvic injuries and needs specialist care.
She's doing okay, actually. She's really knocked her back. I mean, horses are really heavy, so as it's landed on her, I think it's really squashed her. But so she can't feel the side of her leg really very well. She needs to have some scans in the hospital to see if she's done any significant damage.
She's settled down now. She had a pain score of about 7 or 8 out of 10. She's had a gram of paracetamol and now 5 milligrams of morphine. So her pain settled right down. The main thing is she was really, really cold. My 15-year-old daughter, she rides horses. So it also makes me a little bit wary that the hobby that she's chosen, she's pestering me for a new back protector, so I'll probably be going to buy one at the weekend.
Nicole is heading to Sheffield's Northern General Hospital. Only an MRI scan will reveal the extent of her injuries. At the Nostell Air Base, another emergency is coming in.
So I'm going to send you on this cow job. I know that she's got a hip/leg/pelvic pain and there's no ambulance.
Dispatcher Mikey is scrambling the crew. Early details are sketchy, but it appears a woman has been trampled by a cow. Paramedics Matty and Rachel are heading for a farm on the outskirts of Bradford.
Doors hammer to stretcher. Close gear from right. Engines butterfly.
Dr. Rob is in the cabin. Like the rest of the team, he's been called to cow tramplings before.
We've been tasked to a lady who has reportedly been trampled by cows with possible pelvic and leg injuries. Living in Yorkshire, it's obviously a very rural location, it's relatively common, especially at times when the cows have calves, although it can obviously happen to farmers who get too close and can surprise the cattle, and they can obviously be trampled as well, causing potentially catastrophic injuries.
It's just a 7-minute flight to the small farm in Queensbury.
I've got it as this one below us. Yeah.
I can't see anybody out there.
Right underneath wires. Yeah.
But they could be in field, couldn't they?
Well, yeah. Mikey was saying they were in the field and not able to walk.
They're circling the farm.
Right, I've got people down here. 3 people. Yeah, they're all waving. Okay, going in there. Got those wires, mate. Yeah.
There are major power lines strung across the area. Pilot Gary is highly skilled, but it's going to be tight.
Wires everywhere, aren't they? I know. Yeah. I'm going to go where the people are in that yard, in that field there. I know I'm going upslope, just checking round. All okay on left, mate. Tail's clear. Nose down. That's it. Clear down.
The patient is lying in the farmyard. 71-year-old farmer Pat Varley is dazed and in pain.
Do you remember everything that happened? No.
Well, yes.
Yes, Sham Black Tower. Sham Black Tower. No. I'm guessing she backed you against this metal pole behind you?
No, she fell over before she got there.
She fell over before she got there?
Walking backwards and fell over.
Yeah.
Cow were in this corner and he turned around and followed her.
Okay. So where have you got pain, sweetheart?
Just here.
Just in this one leg on your right hand side? Yeah. Is it in your leg, is it in your high leg, or is it in your hips?
Both.
Both, okay.
Pat can't move. She was tending to her herd's feet with a neighbouring farmer and his wife when the accident happened. They're very worried.
So, my colleague just observations on you. Your blood
Check your blood pressure and that. But your chest's all right, you think your breathing's okay.
I've got a nice strong radial pulse, nice and regular. So I'm just going to have a quick feel of this hip, sweetheart, and you tell me where it hurts.
It's just uncomfortable.
Just uncomfortable?
Did you fall backwards, do you think?
Yeah. Fall backwards.
Did you fall onto your bum at the same time, do you think?
I probably did.
Yeah. Ow! Sorry, sweetheart. We're going to bob a line in your sweetheart so we can give you some pain relief. Is that
Okay.
all right?
I don't want a lot of morphine. I don't like that. If you just give me a bit of paracetamol.
A bit of paracetamol. Right, so we're diabetic.
Yeah, we are. Type 2.
Little sting coming up now.
What do you take the Vivirox down for, sweetheart?
I had an TIA.
Pat's blood thinning medication, given after she had a mini stroke, means she's at risk of internal bleeding. She's putting a brave face on the pain.
You're not allergic to morphine, are you? Did you say had you had it before?
Not really. Yeah, they make you sick.
And if we give you a very tiny dose, I think that'll help a bit. Maybe like 2 milligrams would be.
It won't make me go
It won't. No.
Right.
And then we'll get you some paracetamol to follow that. We think Pat has more been charged by this cow and fallen, injuring her right hip and thigh. And luckily, because of the situation that they managed to chase the cow off, I think it's more the fall that's caused her injuries. So we're just going to try and package her, give her some painkillers. Yorkshire farmers are very stoical people, and Pat obviously initially refused any pain relief for this, but when we move her, it is going to be a sore thing to do, so we've managed to persuade her to have some paracetamol, but I think she may need something stronger.
Pat came to farming late in life. She has a small herd of beef cattle and knows them all by name.
The one with 64 and it's here's the offending item.
That's the offending one, 64.
Number 64 is called Millie. She's a nursing mother and very protective of her calf.
Right, sweetheart, what we'll do is it's going to be a bit uncomfortable. Okay, so you just might need to grin and bear it a little bit just while we move you. And we'll give you some more pain relief as and when you need it, all right?
Yeah.
So what we need to do is we need to straighten your good leg out, if that's all right. We're just going to take you...
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's a good job you got wellies on. They'd come off wellies, is it?
Right, Pat, we're just going to roll you. So if you just put your hands across your chest, that's it. I'll get your shoulder. I'm just going to roll you on. Matty, you're right to support her hip. You're at the bottom of the scoop now, where it's to pull it.
That heavy.
Ow! Sorry, sweetheart.
Yeah. There you go.
Pat fell onto hard concrete. She has a suspected broken pelvis. It's a serious injury with a risk of internal bleeding, made worse by her blood-thinning medication.
Said there will be a...
Pat's neighbour is updating her loved ones.
Yeah. All right, I'll be in touch and let you know what's happening. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay. See ya. Bye.
You'll be able to...
I don't know.
Pat is beginning to realise the scale of her injury.
What we're going to do now for is we're going to get a couple of hands on. We're going to carry you to the helicopter.
Yeah, okay.
Think light thoughts makes it a lot easier for us.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
We'll try not to drop you, 'cause that's a lot of paperwork.
Yeah.
Okay?
I bet it is.
Ready?
Sedate.
Pat's injuries could easily worsen. She's going to be flown to the nearest trauma unit at Huddersfield Royal Infirmary.
So it's going to get quite noisy, all right? And it's going to be a little bit shaky, but it's normal, okay?
Engines both to flight. Flight, you got it. Confirm guarded doors, Hammer's stretcher.
Both skipping right. All booted up nicely.
They're everywhere, aren't they?
You could test from a wire infested area.
Air desk from 9-8, we've lifted scene, routing to Huddersfield Royal. Secondary over.
There's no helipad at Huddersfield. The air ambulance routinely lands at playing fields nearby, but they need a road ambulance to transfer her.
Pat's looking pretty stable here, so we're just transporting her to hospital for x-rays of the pelvis and hip to look into the damage. Because of the pandemic, the pressure on ambulance services and the NHS is like a bank holiday every day almost. We're possibly going to be forced to wait a while for her to be transported to the closest hospital.
Waiting for the ambulance will take the helicopter and team out of action should another emergency occur. But there's good news.
9-8 header, you've got a crew allocated, 8-minute ETA.
Oh, so we've got some resources. Cheers mate, much appreciated. I know it's not been easy, but it is appreciated. Our ETA is 2 minutes.
A smooth transition will allow HeliMed 9-8 to thoroughly disinfect and be ready for the next serious emergency quickly.
Everyone's locked and tight? Affirmative.
Huddersfield is in view.
Dogs on the lead. Kids are stopped.
Where are you looking?
10 o'clock.
Yeah, I'll turn around and go back to where.
Yep. Air desk 9-8 landed.
They're handing Pat over on the playing fields.
This is Pat. Yep. Pat has been backed into a corner by a cow and then fallen on like a right side of a bum.
You all right?
Yep.
You all right, Gary?
Pat has serious injuries. She may have internal bleeding, and her age means her bones will take much longer to heal. Her farming days may be over. At RAF Topcliffe, the scramble phone is ringing.
Hi mate, can you set off to a job towards Slingsby, please? It's an elderly person, believe it or not, that's driven into a wall complaining of chest pain, and there's lots of damage to the structure of the building.
Paramedics George and Pete are heading for a village on the edge of the North York Moors.
Engine's about to fly. Lift.
It's 18 miles, just 9 minutes flying time for pilot Harry.
I'm flat bang in the middle of Slingsby village. Right, 6 minutes to run.
Details are sketchy.
An elderly gentleman's been driving along and unfortunately he's crashed into a wall. We're sort of going to this job quite open-minded. We're not really sure if there's injuries at this time.
The patient is more than half an hour by road from the nearest A&E.
York's the closest hospital.
And it's probably James Cook by air, I think.
If the driver is seriously injured, the team will fly them to Middlesbrough, the nearest major trauma centre.
We've got the village here, and you can see that's a tall line of trees on the right-hand side of the village.
Visual, yeah. Low 3 o'clock.
It's an ideal landing pad, except for one thing.
Well, wind to wind at the moment, so I'll probably end up doing a 360 to land. I've also got some very docile sheep that just aren't moving. They're all good.
George and Pete are off to find their patient.
Hello. I take it you have called for an ambulance? Yes. What's gone on? What's happened then?
It turns out their patient's an elderly female driver. Glenda Hamilton is 82.
I came up here.
Yeah.
And I turned in the road a bit.
Okay.
My foot slipped off the pedal and bang, I hit the shot across the road and hit the wall.
Glenda's car smashed into the house. She was trying to perform a 3-point turn.
We're going to get our bed just to the other side of this pavement. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Do you think it'd be okay getting into there?
Yeah.
Local paramedics have started treating Glenda. It looks like she's had a very lucky escape.
How's that feel now you're stood?
I feel all right.
Glenda's being taken to the ambulance for a thorough examination.
Legs up here, darling.
Should we give you a hand with your legs? Oh.
Thank you.
Local people who saw the crash feared a very different outcome.
She was trying to reverse to turn round, and we think she's just missed a gear and gone forward instead of backwards. I could smell burning. I didn't know whether it was the airbags or the car, so I got her out the car. My sister got her a chair, and then Neil came down from up the road just to help us calm her and everything.
Well, I'll tell you what, all the airbags have done the job, haven't they? I think she's just gone past reverse and she's gone into drive. By the look of it.
The fact the airbags went off proves Glenda underwent a significant impact.
Take a deep breath in for me.
Oh, that hurt.
Sore? Whereabouts? Right in the middle again.
When I breathe.
Yeah.
Knees on, listen to your chest, all right, see what's going on.
And while she does that, I'm going to do another blood pressure.
Well, it won't come down.
No, probably not. Nice and quiet for me today.
Switched on, there's no head injury though, is there?
All the airbags, all the sort of impact protection systems all work, so I mean, it'll have given her the shock of her life, but so far it looks like she's got away pretty much unscathed.
Glenda was on her way to the village mailbox to post a letter.
So where's pain still in your chest, or is it in your tummy or in your leg?
Pain is still in my chest,
Okay.
but virtually nothing in my legs, just minute.
And just to double check, were you wearing your seatbelt?
Yes, definitely.
Good. Fab.
Britain has 4 million elderly motorists, and paramedics know they're much more likely to be seriously injured in collisions than younger drivers.
What we're thinking about, my love, is...
Having me put down. Having me put down.
That's the vet. That's the vet.
It anyway, no.
It's far too much
What
paperwork.
we're discussing is that because you've got this chest pain here,
Yeah.
and because of what's happened and of your age,
Yeah.
we need to get you checked out at a hospital, which will be York today, and get a chest x-ray, maybe a hip x-ray, that sort of thing, just to rule things out.
Yeah.
So like a quick MOT, and hopefully discharged to sweet.
The crash has drawn a crowd, as well as the local police.
I don't know if the officer just wants a quick chat. Is that all right, just before you jump in?
Worried friends and family have also arrived.
She's just complaining a bit of pain in her chest, possibly where the steering wheel might have hit her, but she was wearing a seatbelt and obviously her airbags have gone off, which is a good sign. Seems to be fairly low impact from what she's said as well, but because of her age and obviously this pain, we'd rather take her to the hospital.
Yeah, Andy, we're clear at scene. The patient's going to go to the York District by DCA just to get checked up. She's got a little bit of sternal pain. Other than that, uninjured, over.
Thankfully, Glenda's injuries aren't serious enough to justify an air ambulance flight.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
No worries.
But the patient's car is in a much worse state. Police have called a tow truck to drag it clear. The locals are wondering about the team's choice of helipad.
You didn't manage to get a couple of sheep on the way down?
No, managed to avoid them.
Lamb for lunch.
That's an idea.
Helimed 99 is heading back to base to await news from A&E in York. It's believed unclear road markings were a factor when a van pulled out into the path of Viv Crozier's car. Viv hit the van head-on at 40 miles per hour and was trapped in the wreckage. 9 months on, it still brings back distressing memories.
There was a witness, a lady who came and she actually sat in the car. Sat in the car with me because it was quite traumatic. And I would just like to say thank you. Thank you to her, and also thank you to the girl from work who came and sat in the car with me as well. And the doctor from the air ambulance, she was in the car with me as well at various points, and they just put their own life at risk to save yours, and you don't realise until you're stuck in a car like that how important they all really are. I was lucky it wasn't worse. Probably saved my life, that little car.
Viv's injuries were serious. She broke her back, ankle and foot and is still recovering.
I had to learn to walk again. What's helped me get through this time at home is my family, everybody who's come to visit me, everybody who's taken me out for the day, music, and, of course, knitting.
Golfer John Anderson, who suffered a cardiac arrest on the fairway, was rushed straight to surgeons.
It looks nasty.
Despite his mate's CPR, John had crucially been deprived of oxygen for several minutes.
You collapsed on the golf course, sir.
I was out for about 8-9 minutes. Thankfully, my friends were there to keep me alive. I didn't realise, but once, obviously, your heart stops, then everything else in your body stops as well. So if it had been any longer, I could have ended up with some brain damage or something like that. So I've got a lot to thank them for what they've done for me.
Surgeons fitted John's heart with his own small electronic defibrillator to restart it if it ever happens again. He's recovering well.
Technology is just brilliant. My son set up a Just Giving page and he managed to collect £1,500 and we'd made a donation and they've managed to have a defibrillator fitted at the club. So it should make a difference.
Nicole Wayman underwent an MRI scan and checks in hospital after her horse fell and crushed her lower back. She suffered bruising to her back and hips and was given the all clear from doctors. 2 days later, she was back in the saddle. X-rays in hospital revealed farmer Pat Varley broke her pelvis when she fell after her prize beef cow Millie became agitated and ran at her. She spent 3 months recovering, but is still farming. 82-year-old Glenda Hamilton had a nasty shock when a 3-point turn went wrong and she crashed into the side of a house. Thankfully, Glenda emerged with just bruising. She's since given up driving after 34 years behind the wheel.